Hey Jim, good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah, welcome back to JTV.
Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
It used to be years ago, summers were pretty quiet on the campus in Summit Township, but not so much anymore. You keep busy pretty much year round.
I have not seen any slowdown since I arrived on campus in 1998.
Awesome. Well, one of the things you guys are doing, you have people living on campus. You've got, I think, 3 residence halls now.
Right.
But wait, there's more. You need more housing.
That's right. We've got a couple different options. One of the designs for what we call CV1 and CV2, or Campus View 1 and Campus View 2, are typical apartment style with kitchens. CV3 is without a kitchen. And if you want to keep going with that nomenclature, CV4 could be termed our tiny village or tiny homes. So we have worked with an architect recently to come up with some site plan options. If we could put that up on the screen.
There it is.
The tiny homes, as you can see through that diagonal line going from the upper left to the lower right, basically sets behind CV1 and CV2 as we know it. That pentagon-shaped building there at the bottom right is the hangar, which many people are familiar with. But basically, there's a sidewalk that connects the tiny homes to other sidewalks in the vicinity. The people occupants or residents of the tiny homes would be using nearby parking lots, so the tiny homes themselves doesn't have any dedicated parking, mostly to keep it very residential looking.
And those basically were on the diagram, what look like piano keys.
Right. So the darkened images are what we're calling phase 1. So this whole idea is based upon a prototyping strategy that the college is trying to employ in many aspects throughout the institution, and we want to make sure that we try it at somewhat of a small scale, and then we would move into lessons learned and figuring out what we want to tweak differently. Phase 2 is an additional 5 units, possibly a village hub, which is an option. It's not a requirement, certainly. But we're really trying to figure out what is that next residential unit look like for our students.
Well, like the CV1 and 2 and 3, it's groundbreaking. I think you were the first community college in the state, maybe the second, to have residential housing.
Right.
Is anyone else doing tiny homes on campus?
Not that we're aware of. We do have some prototypes. We're working through the design process. We worked with the architect to vet many different tiny home manufacturers. As you know, it's a new business out there in the world, and many people are producing them. So we've got a couple slides here for the screen. They're from the same manufacturer. They're called Mustard Seed Tiny Homes out of Atlanta, Georgia. This is one series of photos for one type of unit, and then the next image is a whole different style of home. We wouldn't keep them on the wheels. They would not look like trailers at that point. We would landscape appropriately around them, but obviously they need that chassis to roll on down the road to arrive at our campus.
Pretty cool.
We're going to be going into the design phase here pretty soon to find out exactly what amenities we want. This particular vendor uses full-size appliances. So the vanities, the toilets, the showers, they're all full-size. So,
how many square feet is a typical tiny home?
Well, there are a couple. I'll just give you widths. The normal width to be able to be trailered down the interstate is about 8'6", and you can go as 28 or 30 or so foot long. And if you want to go with the wide load models, they're about 12'6" wide. And we're not quite decided with the same length. We're not quite decided on how large we want to go.
And there's a strategy with the tiny homes, because they will meet a need that you're not able to meet with the Campus View housing.
Right. And it's more of an independent living, obviously. There's going to be upkeep on the students' part. It's a solo living engagement, whether you're a mother and a child, or a small family of sorts. It's going to be completely up to you to clean it and take care of it. Obviously, other than maintenance, that'll be on us to maintain it, roof replacement, etc.
Well, it's so small, how much could it take to clean the place?
Well, the utilities are a great cost option for us. I mean, we would be paying for the utilities and build it into the rent, but they're typically only about $50 to $80 a month to heat.
Have you ever been in a tiny home?
No, I have not. I have not yet. I'm sure I will, as part of this design process getting kicked off.
They look really cool. I've seen them I think everybody's seen them somewhere on
Right.
HGTV or something.
Right.
I think Ann Arbor has some now.
Right.
But they would be, they'd be cool up north cabins, wouldn't they?
They would. They would. I can say they're a little on the pricey side. I mean, they are a home and they come with home-related pricing. But not that much different than commercial pricing when we build out a traditional large apartment complex like we have already.
What's the time frame? When do you think these will arrive?
So the build time is only about 8 to 12 weeks. We need to go through the civil work right now and make sure that the appropriate utilities and everything are there. We don't have an actual hard date. It's really working the plan. And getting them done as quickly as we can.
All right, now what we see on the screen is you've got two things going on. You've got a beltway and you've got a fitness trail.
Right. What's on the screen right now is the fitness trail. We have included a large 8-foot wide sidewalk for pedestrian traffic on the East Beltway that we completed last year. This new project basically completes the loop all the way around. So it'll be 1.25 miles. The whole loop's 1.25 miles, and there's 5 fitness stations, each at the quarter-mile mark. The fitness stations will have a variety of different exercise equipment, similar to what you've seen at other municipal parks and those types of things. So we've not selected that yet, or still in the vetting process for the actual equipment. There's a drinking fountain at the northernmost station, not only for the pedestrian, but people that may be walking their pets. There's a lower fountain for the dogs and whatnot.
And this is north. The top of the picture.
Top is north, right?
So Emmons Road is along the top of the.
Right. That's a zoomed-in photo. It shows a little bit closer image near the flagpole. That we have as you drive into the campus. You can see a close-up view of the fitness stations. The fitness station looks incredibly small at this scale, but they are pretty sizable. So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the Beltway, in the past, if you turned left coming in off Emmons, you would go either to Vic Hughes Fieldhouse or to Da Vinci in the track, and they're essentially dead ends
Right,
there.
right. That was a project we did a couple years ago.
And speaking of Da Vinci, that Da Vinci is leaving, and Peck is moving over there.
Right. So Peck, the middle school, as we know it, grades 6 through 8th, even though they don't really use grades in that particular charter school model, but they're moving over to the building that was previously occupied by the Da Vinci High School. We're making a couple different tweaks to the building. I don't know if you've ever been in there, but it had sort of a sunken living room effect, which we really didn't want to have that trip hazard anymore, so we filled that in. Fresh coat of paint inside, some various cleaning and stuff to get it prepped for JPEG to move in. So the goal for that is at the end of this month, actually. We have to bring conduits to the building for a new network and those types of services for them to run their school out of.
Nice. And then you've got to do some work on McDevitt Hall.
Right. The floor plan there is a rendering of what the JM core looks like. So it's situated, the left is the west and east to the right. The darkened walls there are a concept plan that currently a new incoming partner of ours, Wayne State University.
Oh, breaking news, Wayne State coming to Jackson College.
Right. So we've hosted them most recently, just a week or so ago, and met with a lot of great people there. And they're actually taking these floor plans and working with their facilities team back at their campus in Detroit, and they're coming up with maybe some tweaks or something they'd like us to do to that space. So there's a rendering right there. This is all really, early concept based. It looks like it's built. I mean, the rendering looks very real life, but none of this is built out right here. This is all just computer generated modeling.
What will Wayne State be offering in Jackson?
So they've got, I don't go into detail, I'm probably not the best person given that I'm IT and construction, but they have various business programs, bachelor degrees and even master's degrees that they have plans on bringing here. So they're working with our transfer coordinator and they're building that program out right now.
Awesome. Well, as Jim said, never a dull day at Jackson College, including this summer. Sounds like you got a lot going on right now.
It's a little crazy.
Well, thanks for all the updates.
You're quite welcome.
Good
Thank
to see
you.
you. Jim Jones is Vice President of Facilities and Information Technology at Jackson College. Lots more